So the supervisor from the foster care agency came over last night. It went really, really well. There was absolutely no reason for me to be as stressed out as I was about it. I feel kind of silly about it now. So I wrote down a list to go through so that I don't go off on a rabbit trail, because if you know me, you know I tend to do that a lot. So we sat down at the kitchen table and she just asked us why we wanted to be foster care parents. So we went into that, and then right away she brought up respite or respite care. I think it's respite care. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And wondered if we wanted to do that. It's just where you take children for little short stints of time, maybe until they find a permanent foster care family to be with, or maybe because bio parents won't let them go on vacation with their foster care parents. So that's not something we were interested in at the time. Whenever our kids are older, something that we'll look more into. I just want to really be able to get to know the kiddos who are in our home, because that makes me feel more comfortable with our own bio children. So that is what we're doing at this time. Then she asked us about jobs, and she wanted to know how much we make per hour, and that's really complicated for me because I am a loan officer, and so a lot of my pay is compensation. You know, it varies on how many loans I close each month. With my husband, it was easy, he's hourly. So then she wanted to know how much we bring home monthly, just kind of a roundabout guess, and then what our expenses are. And what she said she's just trying to do is to make sure that at the end of the month, we're not short on money, that we can pay our own bills, because foster kiddos, obviously, they're children, they do cost money. They are granted a stipend that you get at the end of each month, and that is to help with clothes, shoes, food, etc., any extracurricular activities that they might do. So she just wants to make sure that we are able to cover our own needs before we bring in another child. Makes perfect sense. Another thing is if you both do work full-time like we do, daycare is provided for you. As long as it's a state licensed daycare and they'll work through the agency, I believe, pays them directly. So if that's something that is making you maybe shy away from foster care, it's not a good reason. You can get daycare, and it is paid for by the state. Another thing we went into is age range and race, religion, gender. Do we have any preferences on that? The only thing that we have preferences are on our ages, because we do have our 3 bio kids in the house who are 9, 11, and 16. So we are taking kiddos that are younger than they are. She made sure to let us know that we would have to have a 5-pound fire extinguisher, which we do have. We found one at Costco. Go Costco, right? And that we have our chemicals stored up high, as well as our medicine stored up high. And then she asked us about guns and making sure that we have guns in a safe and the ammo separated from the guns. And then she brought out a stack of paper. Oh my gosh. So they're gonna send things to our work, which is just to verify that we are employed. And then they're gonna also send paperwork to our school for my kiddos' teachers to fill out, just asking them some questions on how they're doing in school. I mean, they really look into things, and I believe we have to have 5 personal references, and I'm not sure how many of those can be friends and how many of them can be family. So there's a graph to create your own fire escape plan, and that needs to be posted on the refrigerator. And there's just all kinds of paperwork. If you have any questions, please ask below, and I'll let you know. But just a lot of stuff, and this is just the beginning of it. Our caseworker, who was assigned to us last night as well, we have not met her yet, of course. She will have even more paperwork for us to fill out, and she'll come out and she'll be the one to do our home study. So at the end of it, we just walked through the house. I showed her the house. She said that, you know, since we have 3 bio kids, we'll be able to be licensed for 2 kids. But if there's a sibling group of, you know, that is greater than 2, then we would also be able to bring them in, because they do not want to split up siblings. So they make special exceptions for that, which is awesome. Love it. And that was pretty much it. And that was all. I mean, it was not as hard as I thought it was going to be. So if foster care is something that you were interested in, please look into it at least. What harm can it do to make a phone call or to shoot an email to your local agency? The need is great. We need more foster care parents. So we start classes January 14th. It'll be a 9-week course, and hopefully we'll be licensed by the end of March and able to start helping foster care kiddos reunite with their bio parents. Take care.